Howdy gang, welcome to Tobey's Treasures, where I show you the inner workings of my pop culture reselling business. Today is Friday, July 22nd, and I have some good pickups. Take a look at that box back there. That's a huge Atari bundle. We're gonna get into that at the end of the pickup. Got some Atari Dusty Gold back there, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime though, I got this SNES Super Scope receiver for $5. Paid up a little bit for this. You don't see these too often. Most of the time you see the Super Scope without the receiver, so it's worth keeping this in the inventory for when a Super Scope comes in. And then I got this cute, sort of new ALF keychain for $1. I know I can get more than $1 for this, especially because it's brand new with the original card stock here from 1987, if you take a look at that back there. So some great pickups, and on to the next. Howdy gang, welcome to this recap for the hunt for July 22nd. And as you can see, I've got a lot of Atari stuff in that pickup. So let's go ahead and flip the camera and just jump into it. First things first, we're gonna recap the two items that I got. So I got this SNES Super Scope receiver for $5. And I additionally got this ALF keychain for $1, still with the paperback here and technically new in package. And this is from 1987. When I was looking, I couldn't find any on eBay, but who knows, maybe that will have changed by the time I'm editing this. So these were the two pickups I got aside from this. So let's jump into it. Starting off, we have an Atari 2600 4-switch, which is absolutely disgusting, with two controllers. It's got two of the original Sears Telegames telecenters with the top for one of them. Now these are disgusting, as you can see, so these are going to get hosed off before anything happens with them. And then there's also an Atari Flashback 4 over here with one driving paddle and another controller, but this is also disgusting. So that's why these are on the floor. These are disgusting. Horrible. These are going to be a pain to clean. That's something you have to deal with when you're in the reselling business like me. But the main reason I bought it was for this whole table. So starting off, we're just going to go straight into it with Solaris. And I'd like to point out, any games that have multiples, they're going to be stacked up like that. So there's two copies of that. We got Space Jockey, Sword Quest, Video Pinball, Joust, Laser Blast, 3 copies of Adventure, 14 Telegames Auto Racing, Mega Mania, 66 Telegames Hyperspace Thrust Control, or as it says on the thing, Asteroids, Kaboom, Pele's Soccer, 2 copies of Sequest, Haunted House, 2 copies of Donkey Kong, Berserk, Breakout, 2 copies of Miss Pac-Man, Missile Command, Bowling, Demon Attack, 2 copies of Video Chess, Slot Racers, 4 copies of Combat, Video Checkers, Phoenix, 2 copies of Night Driver, Millipede, 2 copies of Space Invaders, Telegames 9 Holes, Warlords. There's actually a second one over here. I goofed. Oops. We got 2 copies of Casino, 2 copies of Defender, Cosmic Arc, 2 copies of Super Breakout, that other copy of Warlords. We have 2 copies of Human Cannonball, 27 Telegames. I goofed again. Another copy of Defender. So 3 copies of Defender, 2 copies of Warlords, Carnival, Outlaw, a whopping 6 copies of Pac-Man, 2 copies of Frogger, Airlock, Blackjack, 6 Telegames. This one really intrigued me. We have Basic Programming. Looks like there's 2 more copies of Space Invaders, so I'm really bad at stacking these, but you know what? That's okay. We got up here, I didn't cover these yet, Dodgem, E.T., 2 copies, Starship, and Star Raiders. We have these games. We have Armor Ambush, Astro Blast, Air Raiders, Space Attack, and International Soccer. Moving along, we have Video Olympics, Vanguard, Defender 2, I've never seen that one before. Going back over here. Circus Atari, Demons to Diamonds, 2 copies of Chopper Command, Atlantis, Space War, Kaboom, Basketball, 2 copies of Mousetrap, 2 copies of Yar's Revenge, Missile Command, looks like 3 copies of Asteroids, Kangaroo, 2 copies of Centipede, Space War, another one, Galaxian, 2 copies of Q*bert, Bridge, and going up here, these ones are ones I thought were interesting, so I set them aside. We have Spectravision Planet Patrol, Encounter at L5, Desert Falcon, Wabbit, Jungle Hunt, a fantastic game, 2 copies of Wizard of War, Star Voyager, Crystal Castles, Firefly, Warlock, Battlezone, Moon Patrol, Fishing Derby, Turmoil, Star Wars Jedi Arena, and also Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. I actually have the boxes and manuals for both of these games without the cartridges, so it's going to be fantastic to pair with and sell them as complete in box instead of box and manual only. We have Tron Deadly Discs and The Adventures of Tron, MASH, Towering Inferno, 2 copies of Pitfall, and then probably my favorite, Taz with the manual. Now, I'd also like to point out that we have 3 mystery games here, so I'm not sure what those are. Might have to pop those in the Atari and see what those are. And then I've also got all of these manuals that came with it. I would say about 75% of the games had manuals, and there's even some that don't have games with them. But interesting, there's a copy of Barnstorming manuals. That might just be what this one is right here. We'll see. Gonna plug those in later. And we also got a book, Tiny Tiger at Home in the Jungle. So obviously, it goes without saying, if you've made it this far into the video, comment Tiny Tiger down below. But I got all of these games. I got that Atari 2600 with 2 controllers, the 2 setups with 1 top, and the flashback. Granted, who knows, that probably does not work. That probably does not work. Those can be salvaged because I just have to wash them, but I got all of that for $50, and as always, I'm going to throw the price in at the end of what these are worth. I'm going to throw those 2 in as well, so the total price for everything and also how much it is all worth. So that is going to do it for this Tobey's Treasures Hunt recap and also conclude the Tobey's Treasures Hunt episode. You already know I had to rep the Atari shirt for going through this pickup. It's not very often I find a pickup of this magnitude or a pickup that is this disgusting, quite frankly. These games are very dirty, and so they're going to be staying out in the garage for a while I clean them and get them all hosed down because I don't want to be bringing any bugs into the house. That's the quickest way to get kicked out. So, thank you all so much for watching this Tobey's Treasures Hunt episode. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, all of that cool stuff. And we'll catch y'all in the next one. Later.